Hello, this is Francis McCaffrey from McCaffreyCrafts here in County Kerry in Ireland. I'm a fifth generation Blackthorn shillelagh maker, stick maker, and I am keeping this Irish traditional craft going anyway for one more generation. So I'm trying to be a bit useful and doing my part for Irish crafts. And every Friday I do a live stream for you guys in the community. If you're watching this retrospectively, hello, how's it going? This is me and who I am, and hopefully, if you watch enough of these live streams, you'll get an idea of who I am and my personality and different things as well. So I'm just down in my workshop now, and I just made an 18-minute video for YouTube where it's one take. There's no editing, no nothing, and I take a piece of wood and I'm hand carving a knob stick on it. So like this is where I brought it to now as well. So I got this piece of wood here. Let me just show it you now. So I did an 18-minute video, one take, no editing, no nothing, where I took a raw piece of wood and I carved it into this particular stage. So I'm making it into a nice type of shillelagh as well. So I thought it'd be interesting for showing you that all in one take video. So I'll release that video probably tomorrow on Saturday, where it's 18 minutes of me, one take, no editing, where I make this and you can see me do it, for all you guys that are interested in that. Andre, my man, how are things with you? You must be flat out as well, because you've been a bit quiet online. I haven't seen you too much. Good day to you, sir. Glad to see another stream. Yes, I'm here every Friday. Between now and Christmas, anyway, I'll be doing it. Like how I'm busy is when you see the beard starting to grow. No time to shave, only time to make Blackthorn. That should be a movie. No time to shave. It's Blackthorn time. Mary, hello, Mary. How are you? Great to see you again. You've become a regular now on this stream, and I see you commenting a lot on Facebook and everything. So it's great. It's great to have your support. I do enjoy people that are positive and good people in the community as well, and you are one of those, Mary. We have Michael Thompson as well from Colorado. How are things with you? I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good today. Things are flying at the moment. Things are quite busy as well. So it takes it takes a lot of time and energy. So you need to be firing on all cylinders. We have Ryan Carney. Hello from Carlow. You're on my list for a visit soon. Very good. If you are visiting me here in Killorglin, the shop, let me know, because I'm coming into the cutting season soon. And what that means is I won't be in the shop. I'll be out looking for Blackthorn and cutting. So if you are coming down to see me, Ryan, just tell me like the day before. I can give you the postcode of my retail store of where I am now. It's on my website in the contact us page. And I always like to meet people. But like, let me know if you're coming down, because sometimes you guys just arrive when like I'm busy or something like that, or I'm like busy doing something. So if you want to meet me, I'm more than happy. But just let me know at least a day in advance, or a week is better. And let's see now a few more comments here. Tim, hello. Lots of new sticks. You've been busy. Yeah, I wanted to try to get another 10 to I have 15 finished, but I ran out of time for getting them uploaded. I think I only got about 4, but I put some monster cudgels. Any of you guys are into the very big, heavy monster type cudgels? I just put 5 of them on the website about 30 minutes ago. If you go to McCaffreyCrafts.com, click into the shillelagh section, you'll see there's 5 monster cudgels, and they're all pretty special ones as well. If you're looking for something a bit interesting, go to my website, after this, and you can kind of check it out as well. And we have, let's see, Jake. Good evening, Francis. Hey, Jake. How are things with you? Looking very professional and dapper there in your suit. And I'm looking like a homeless person. But because I'm working with dust and different things, I always kind of look a bit kind of rough and ready. Always the moms at the school are looking at me thinking, oh my God, look at this guy coming to collect his son. They must feel sorry for me. But I actually do like wearing suits and different things as well. Started looking at watches recently as well, because I don't have any. Let's see. Tyler Sell, it's almost cutting season here. Not ready yet here in Kerry in Ireland. I don't know, the weather's still warm. Like yesterday was 18 degrees. Today is 16 degrees. Like, it's not quite getting cold enough yet. And, if you start too soon, it can be detrimental to your seasoning process. So it could add, just by cutting 2 weeks earlier, could add an extra year or 2 years to the seasoning process. So you just have to be patient. No matter how much you want to go out and cut, sometimes you have to see. Can't wait to find things this season, create grand sticks. It's tough going. Like, it can be fun when you find things, but when you're doing it as a full-time job and you're under pressure to get so many, like, sometimes it's kind of nice to have this as a hobby where you can go out, you can try to find wood, you can cut one or two pieces, go home. But for me, when I go out, I have to do it. I bought a few tools anyway, and a few different things to help me this season. I'll make more videos actually of the cutting season as well, because usually I didn't do that like the last year, because it's hard to hold the camera and cut on different things. But my son said he'll come out this year with me. He's be 14, so hopefully he can be useful and not just standing there moaning that he wants to go home. Let's see. Morning, brother. How are things? Hope business is going well. Business is booming. I've been saying that in the channel. Things are good in the Blackthorn community. The searches, everything in October is going up, which is a very good sign. It seems like everyone still has money. They still have all their salaries and different things. So I think that, like, a lot of people have been quite smart with kind of managing their savings and preparing for different things. Like, I know it's all doom and gloom all the time saying about that. Let's see. Tim McCurran is highlighting interesting read in the BBC article. Yes, I posted that on my Facebook and on the community tab in YouTube, that they didn't put any of my quotes in, and they kind of removed me mostly from the story, but they did get my ugly face in there. They used two of the pictures that I actually I gave them. Well, actually, one of the pictures they credited me, actually, the picture of the guy fishing in the river. That I never gave them that picture, but they gave me credit on it. But yeah, they basically just have one picture of me in the article, and they say that they don't even mention my shop or my brand or anything at all. It would have been good if they did it, but at the end of the day, did it get me some business? Yes. Did people say, who's this guy, Francis McCaffrey, from this picture? Yes. Did I get a big bump in sales that day? Yes, I did, Tim. Yes, I did. So even though, like, sometimes having some mystery and intrigue is good. Like, people who read that article, like, it's kind of, who's this guy standing with all the stick? Francis McCaffrey, some shillelagh maker. And then they go online, they start Googling, and they try to find me. So it sometimes creating a bit of mystery and intrigue of who is this shillelagh maker. But what I did like that they did in that article is they did highlight that Killorglin was a hotbed of activity for the faction fighters, and they gave Killorglin, my hometown, some recognition, because so many people, they always say, oh, this area, but, like, in Killorglin, no one ever kind of highlights that the faction fighting was. Big Mick Foley was very prominent. The faction fightings were very, very prominent in Killorglin and were recorded, and there's loads of historical sources to verify that as well, the newspaper at the time. Michael Thompson, there was a fellow on Facebook. Okay. I don't like where there's two stories going, because, all right, promoting a stick. Let's see. 1 second now, this is just jumped. So there was a fellow on Facebook. Oh, my goodness. Promoting a stick maker who loaded his Blackthorn with lead. I commented that it was unethical because it's I don't know last word, it cites. But yeah, no, it's like look, my opinion on lead loading, I think I've been pretty vocal on this channel about this. I will not be lead loading because I use real Blackthorn. From my research and my looking into it, lead loading was only used on lighter woods to give it a Blackthorn effect. It was more used on cudgels than actually on walking sticks. It was more on cudgels and loaded butts that they were used in as well. In the time, they were pushed in pieces of lead. Like, a lot of people, there's a debate too that guys say they want to put in hot lead into it as well. They would melt it. But, like, from my experience of actually doing it and having a look at it years and years ago, lead is very soft and malleable. Like, the round balls, they say that you push in and, oh, it's not going to be good. It's going to create space. But you can push them in, and it like lead is quite soft. It's easy enough to bend in and to push it in together. But that's how, like, from the sources that I've seen, that's how it was done as well. But yeah, like, and then there are definitely some U.S. states that if you have lead loaded, a stick, you have the intention, of if, like, if you did hit someone and it was, like, you can consult with your lawyer or solicitor. It's not going to look too good. They're like, oh, so you have a premeditated weapon there that you kind of done. Like, an Irish walking stick is a walking aid. If it can be used for self-defense because you're holding it at the time, but a pen can be used for self-defense. A lady could be holding her handbag and use it for self-defense, by hitting it. But like, it's when, Michael, you've probably had the same opinion of me about it. But like, it's one of those things. Like, I know guys, they do it to, they have various reasons to lead load. But at McCaffreyCrafts, I will not be lead loading any of my sticks. It's not a type of stick that I personally like. I make sticks the way I like them, as everyone who is a stick maker makes it their particular way. I don't like sticks that are lead loaded. I don't think they're authentic in terms of lead loading a walking stick. The loaded butts and different things as well. People were doing that for the wrong reasons. And there are places around the world where you cannot, lead load and intent as well. I did research that a few years ago. But yes, I could make a load of videos on it. But like, see, it's one of those ones that, you'll get into some argument online with some fellas, and if you start posting comments on Facebook, you'll say, oh, I'm against lead loading. Then some guy will say, I'm for it, and before you know it, you have one community of guys giving out to another guys, and back and forth, and different things. But like, I try not to be on those Facebook groups anymore for one reason. It's kind of funny because I've been banned from those groups as well. Actually, one of the persons who banned me is actually in that article from one of the Facebook groups. So it's pretty funny, like, because if they have to promote themselves and their article, the BBC article, and then you have my face in there as well. And I was banned from two of the groups that those guys were in. So I thought that was kind of funny. But like, for me, it's kind of funny as well. But like, you know, my advice to you, Michael, is like, I appreciate you, like, having the kind of same type of kind of viewpoint as me regarding the lead loading things as well. But it's like one of those things. It's like, are you Republican or you're Democrat? Do you like lead loading or you don't? For me, it's not authentic, and I think there's from a technical stick making point of view, as an expert and authority on stick making, which I can say I am. I've been making sticks long enough as well. There's a lot of negative things that you can do to the stick by creating this kind of space inside, putting in kind of hot lead into it as well. You do affect the structural integrity of the handle when you do that as well. If you attach the handle, well, a lot of the guys lead loaded is they get the handle, they have it in two pieces. They put the lead into the handle and then they kind of attach it on and say it's lead loaded. And like, it's a way in which they can kind of, market that it comes in two pieces and different things. But look, at each to their own. Look, I have my way of doing things and I have my opinions as well. But yeah, like, Michael, how'd you get on? Like, did you get attacked on Facebook for saying that? You probably would. Like, there's guys there, man. They're like, all they want to do is make money. Let's see now. Tim gives me the thumbs up. Very good. Let's see. Put the fishing poles away. Next month, try to grab a few hardwood sticks. I did some research. I wrote down different characteristics of bark to know what type of wood I cut. Yeah, hardwood's easy. Like, if the fruit grows in it, it's a hardwood. Like, if it's evergreen, it'd be softwood. And then you just have to kind of find local woods. Just read some history books and find out what woods people are using locally in the area. Most of it have pretty good stories. Like, now, let's see. What temperature do you prefer to be outside when you go cut? Sorry, that's a good question. I'm laughing because what temperature do I prefer, and what the temperature should it be? Like, I prefer it to be as warm as possible cutting, but like, it doesn't work out like that. Usually it's got to be pretty cold. It's got, like, be just above freezing, and 4 or 5 degrees, something like that, between 4 to 9 degrees. When it kind of gets down into, like, at the moment now, the average temperatures are about, like, say 14 to 16 degrees. At nighttime it might drop down to about 11 or 12. like you want the nighttime temperatures to be dropping down just below zero type of thing, to be going out. And then you're going out in the morning, it's freezing cold. So it's not that I prefer it, but it's the blackthorn, responds better in the cold weather. And like guys who say they love going out cutting, I don't know, try doing it for a few years. It's cold, it's hard work, it's painful. Like, put me in front of the fire with a cup of tea, watching some true crime documentary or something like that. There's a, but like, this is part of the process. There's always adventures that happens. There's injuries. Given how hard it is, like, most guys can't do it for a few years. It's prone to injury too. So it's hard for me to like hire anyone to say, hey, do you want to come on and work for me? Because if they get injured, then it's my responsibility. So it's kind of hard. Uh, let's see. Okay, there's a fellow on Facebook. Did I read this already? Who loaded his Blackthorn. I can't. That it was unethical because it creates a weapon. Did I say something wrong? No. It's that's a fair point. Like, you didn't say anything unethical, but like the thing is, if you say an opinion that's contrary to the group think, then everyone within that group is going to pile on you. Like, there's a psychology to it as well. So like if you're in a group of a guy who is trying to sell lead sticks and his community is there, then you say you're the sole guy standing up, putting your hand up, saying it's unethical, it creates a weapon as well. Like the thing is, what you're saying, does hold water. That if you decide to do something with that stick, then they are looking, for evidence against you to build a case. They can argue in court that this was a premeditated weapon. Like, usually, if you've watched enough of those kind of true crimes and murder investigations, if you have, like, say for example, like if you have dug a hole in a forest, that's premeditated. You're planning to do something. Like, if you're lead loading, you are not just holding a walking stick or something like that. You're going around. Like, an Irish shillelagh is a souvenir. It's a good luck charm. It's something you put in your home. You can use it, if so it bees, for protection. But if you're walking around swinging a lead loaded stick and then, you get into a spot or bother, like, you're just asking for trouble. What I would suggest is, like, ask them just to look. If they disagree with you, just be respectful, and just, like, if they start being mean and being, kind of like that, just kind of leave the Facebook group. They've probably banned you anyway, knowing those admins and moderators of online communities are nerds. They're complete nerds. They should have more to do with their time. But I'm always from, oh God, from 4chan days, if you know 4chan and Reddit and all of these kind of online forums and communities. They get pretty wild. Let's see. Andre has a question here. The west side of Ireland is the most beautiful side, specifically the Ring of Kerry. Yeah. As you go to the west of Ireland, it's just more rural. The people in rural communities are generally a bit more friendly than the city folk. In Dublin, it's a city. It's got an edge to it. Violence is seen more frequently. There's higher crime. There's poverty. There's issues with drugs. Heroin addicts on the street begging for money by the Lewis stations. It's annoying. It happens all the time. I witnessed it myself several times. Crime is like, Dublin isn't like Kerry, as well. It's not a big tourist attraction as well. When you go to like, the nicest places to visit in Ireland are the kind of Cork, Kerry area, Clare, Galway. And Donegal's nice when it's not too windy as well. On the west side, like, if you can start there. But the thing is, like, you could base yourself in Killarney, and then within a 2-hour radius, you got Cork, you got Galway. You can get up to Galway in 2.5 hours. You can get to Clare as well, to Ennis and Lahinch, and there's a few nice places as well. Ring of Kerry is lovely, and it's been great the last few years because the tour buses haven't been around. If you came to Kerry this year, or maybe even next year, you're going to have a really nice trip because, like, there's less of the kind of like big giant tour buses that kind of were on the rise. Let's see. Next year, I'll start crafting walking sticks. Good. I'll go super slow and careful with every stick since I have a regular job. It made me take 2 months to make one stick. I only start as a hobby, but that's the best way. You can go in there, put on some music. You want to put on some rock music to get the blood flowing, or put on whatever music that you want, and then you just go in there and you carve it. You can take your time. You can do things as well. There's kind of less kind of pressure. For me, it's like I have to get so many sticks done each week to get my salary. This is my job. I need to make money each week to feed the kids. Like literally, I have to have enough cash coming out to pay for the bills and to pay for the car loan and all the usual type of things. Right, let me go back here now. Catch up with comments. With how far are we behind? I'm a bit behind the comments. Lead loaded stick here in West Virginia would be considered the same as a blackjack lethal blooded weapon. Yeah, it's like it's if you make the stick, if you it's like if you put on like a scope onto it or something like that, if you're making alterations to the stick as well. Now the thing is, maybe 9 times out of 10 they can go through customs, but they will have issues with customs too. I actually asked and researched this before a number of years ago, and just because they get through customs all the time, and the thing is, like on these online communities, it just takes one guy to start reporting. If you start reporting, that this guy has selling loaded lead weapons and different things, they'll get banned off the platforms and different things. Like even like for me, I'm fine with walking sticks that have an L shape or anything. But if it looks too much like even like a cudgel or something like that, I can't sell on Etsy and places and some other things. So you got to be like very careful on those marketplaces as well. Joseph, I started as a hobby. Sadly, I only have an hour a day to work on them. That's still good. It's better than like sitting on your hands and just flicking through TikTok or something like that, which a lot of things done. Let's see. Hopefully, when the sticks are done, a glass finish cures they'll sell. I'll keep one as display to show off my work. Yeah, you like I don't know. You can't get attached to these sticks too much. Like just give them. If you're a crafts person and you're making it for other people, like they'll find this rightful home. Like your part in the process is you're creating it, you're nurturing it, you're creating this final product. And then like a lot of these products that let's see now. Okay, so I just got a message. There's a few people watching my live stream in Killorglin. So hello to all of you guys in Killorglin who are watching this live stream. So that's very good. 1 second now. So glass finish as well. Let's see now. Joe says, see the next one we go on to. My sticks will be one piece to ensure each one looks nice and durable. Yeah, when it's made from one piece of wood, that's my kind of preferred way of stick making. Again, it's like anything in life. Everyone has their own way of doing things as well. Let's see. James Coleman says, I worked on 2 sticks. I want to finish sanding my wood carving bases before I do more sticks as well. Yeah, you cut your teeth. It's like anything. The thing is, the more sticks you make, the better you make. If you make a hames of the first 20 sticks, you're going to do better. Like that's good. Let's see now. Okay, we go on to the next one. So you see, in New Hampshire, we had our first frost yesterday. So starting to get cold. Time to get the wool out as well. Let's see. James says, don't go out in the woods on the first day of deer hunting. No. Yeah. The rut isn't the deer rut in October. That's this time of year. Yeah, no, November now. I think in Killarney they have a cull of the deers, but it's actually quite spectacular if you're a photographer and into photography when you see the red deer in Killarney Park with the big kind of antlers and they're attacking each other. It is quite good. Let's see. Michael Thompson, one of his defenders questioned me because he didn't want to support unethical practice, but so far outright hostility. I've experienced that too, Michael. If you are in a community and you say something, and the whole community have a contrary opinion to you, then they're all going to turn on you. That's how it works. That's how it works in every type of community, the psychology of it as well. And my advice to you, Michael, is like, you made a fair point. You said that as well. If these guys are being like that, look, again, we're grown men. Like Michael, you're a good guy. You're a grown man. you know, if you wanted to make a point, you did it respectively. You know, if these guys in the community are just kind of like being very hostile and saying all of these things with fervor and with hostility, you know, it shows you who the gentleman is. It shows you who the better person is. And Michael, you are a gentleman, and you know, don't leave. Like it gets to me too. Like, you know, these guys, like, you know, I got a phone call from a guy who's shouting and screaming at the phone, telling me how fake I am and this and that. And like, you know, I try not to let it bother me, but like kind of, you know, sometimes the man in you, like, you know, we're all men here, like, well, except for Mary, but you know, you're one of just Mary and Liesl are the only two I think that watch my live streams. But for real men, like, you know, arguing online over, you know, who makes the best walking sticks and stuff, I think is quite childish. You know, it's like you know, grown men should be should grow up a bit more. Let's see. To have a cudgel wall display for a collector of historic purposes is fine. To lead load is an act, as you said, of premeditation and is a physical demonstration of intent to do grievous harm. Well, Michael, that sounds pretty spot on. About 2014, I asked someone in the legal profession in one US state regarding this, and he was like part of the community at the time, and he gave me like this big kind of like rundown of different things, and he advised me against it. I'm trying to remember which state it was. I can't really remember. Roger Wells says, is Blackstorm something you could farm rather than wild harvest? Worth it? It's actually quite hard to farm, Roger, because Blackthorn is always looking for the light, and imagine it like a kind of wild hedge. It's mainly used as a kind of fencing and border around fields to keep in like sheep and cows and different things as well. So what you have to do is find a blackthorn hedge that is overgrown. So the pieces in the middle of the hedge are kind of like growing up, looking for the light. Because if there's a whole hedge around it, and like blackthorn is like going like an S shape, and H shape is going left, is going right, and it bends quite a lot. So it is quite difficult to farm it, because you can try to kind of like you know, some guy was it, I can't remember, one of you guys there, you messaged me about these like contraptions where, you know, you have this like shading around it, and you put one piece in to do it as well. But you know, you'd have to replicate that, and to do it for one piece of blackthorn, and you'd have to wait years as well. You know, it's a hard thing. Anyway, to answer your question, it's hard to farm. Sometimes it's a bit easier, not easier, but it's probably better to wild harvest it as well. Let's see. I gave to go back to work. Hopefully, have a great day. I hope you all have a great day. No worries, Matt. Hope everything has worked with you. Take care, Matt. Sorry. Let's see now. Sorry, I just have to go back up here again. Sorry for the repeat. It got garbled the first time. No, it's fine. Like when you're typing, when you're on these live streams, sometimes like you're writing a comment, and for some reason it just hits send, and it sends beforehand. And again, if you're typing stuff on the phone, like, you know, I'm not a grammar kind of you know, person that'd be like, oh, you made a mistake and this and that. You know, we're all men here, man. It's all communication. Once you can communicate, it's fine. If I don't understand something, I'll ask for clarity. It's like say things as many as you want. And Michael, your sound, you've been part of this community for a long time. Ron, how are you? You always pop in here midstream. Ron, you know, hey, Francis in the order, Blackthorn. I started experimenting with what? With tongue oil on a stick, and I really liked the beautiful result. Tongue oil is good on bare wood. So if you have like a wood grain and you really want to kind of bring it up as well, it takes a lot in between coats, like to drying times. The drying times can be quite long in between it as well. And then if you get like, if you have a stick and you knock it over and it hits the ground and the scratches, then you have to refinish it as well. It adds extra time onto it. You might have to resand it and redo it again. So it does do it as well, but like, you know, time wise to use it as well, sometimes it can take a lot. And then the fumes, and it has, you know, quite strong fumes in it as well. And you got to be careful with the lint cloths you're using. So there's a lot of dangers as well with using some of those oils. Let's see now. Let's see. At Irish Sale, okay, so Michael's saying to Andre, I prefer Dingle over Kerry, just as scenic and historic, but not as touristy. Dingle can be quite touristy. You know, if you go down there to the aquarium with all the tour buses in. But Liz, I know what you're saying, like Dingle is kind of like, is colorful. Like the buildings are all different colors, and there's more of that kind of artistic vibe. And for a reason too, like if you are an artist and you come to Ireland, you don't have to pay taxes. So there's a lot of artists around Dingle who, for whatever reasons, they're taking advantage of generosity of the Irish government. Let's see, Bob. How are things, Bob? Just received my order from you. Very good. My collection is growing. Yeah, you're starting to have a nice collection of McCaffrey walking sticks, and I appreciate it. Like I'm just a humble stick maker here in County Kerry in Killorglin, a small little village. Maybe 2,000 people on a good day here, and to know that there's a piece of Irish heritage that goes around the world. It's quite good as well. Let's see now. Thank you for the great pieces and keep up the great work. Thank you, Bob. That kind of means a lot to me as well. I was saying, like, the majority of you guys are positive, and it's great. Like, sometimes you need to pay more attention to these positive comments than the one or two guys that kind of just irk you the wrong way. But yeah, like, here's the thing, guys. Like, these positive, like this comment you just made, Bob. It feels good. When someone says they like your work and good job, we're all human. Like, sometimes men we don't get enough praise, and to get someone to say well done and stuff like that, I think that's a good thing. Like, people should be saying that more to each other. Like, if you notice a guy and he's doing good and he's making things, come and say great. Be encouraged, not be pedantic and be like, oh, you did this wrong, you didn't hold this right, and different things. I think that the world needs community like this. Like, all you guys are sound, you're all positive, which is good. Let's see now. Tyler says, "I'm a glassblower by trade." Oh, that's a quite good profession. It's very skilled. I'm curious how I could combine that with stick making. I don't know, glasses and sticks. That could be a bit dangerous. The glass would break. I don't really know, unless you wanted to make some kind of like twisty, bendy type of stick, or something like that as well, that kind of replicates a stick. Maybe some kind of interesting lamp or something like that looks a bit like a blackthorn. But like, I don't think you could blow like a kind of a blackthorn with all the bumps and thorns. But I don't know how skilled you are. I don't know a lot about glass blowing. I remember seeing a few documentaries and things on YouTube, and it's very highly skilled. I respect guys that do that as well. Um, let's see now. Don't forget to watch out for animal traps in the woods if it's fur trapping season. It's like, James, in America, there's like so many things that can kill you when you go out. Like, if you're going out for a walk or a hike here in Ireland, like, what's going to attack you? A rogue squirrel is going to look at you menacingly or something like that, or there's a rogue dog or some old fella just giving you the evil eye. You always get that, or one of these ladies. But yeah, like, in America and in different parts of the world, like, you got to be careful of traps, of hunters, of guys going out, doing different things. Cougars, I'm not talking about those old ladies, but I'm just talking about, the actual, like, mountain lions and different things as well. Bears as well, black bears, grizzly bears. You got to be careful of deers as well. And I think yeah, a lot of people watch Joe Rogan, I know, as well. I saw Joe Rogan post on his Instagram about this guy was up on these rocks and a black bear was attacking him, and he was holding his phone, like trying to get it and kicking the black bear down. But just demonstrating that they're wild animals and stuff as well. Let's see. I was questioned by a security guard at an X-ray point one time because the center of my root ball stick showed up denser than the rest. Yeah, that's quite interesting. But, like, these security guys, they have to ask those questions. That's their job. And if they did notice anything about it, they just kind of query it and different things as well. But yeah, like, you have to be careful. Like, you can't take a lead load stick to the airport; it'll show up, and stuff like that. Let's see now. Let's see. Have you ever sold sticks to New Zealand or Japan? Yes. A guy sent me a picture of holding my stick on Mount Fuji. That was pretty cool. I got that a few years ago. Let's try to find that picture again. But that was actually pretty cool. John, how are things? Let's see now. Jacob says, thinking about getting my first stick when your website is updated to the newest editions. Always show up on your first page. Yeah, like, mostly they do show up on the first page as well. So that's about it. 1 second now. 1 second, I've pressed the wrong thing here. How do I get, because I saw there's some kind of spam ads coming in here now as well. How do I click here without it highlighting it? Oh, here we go. Block. Sorry, there's just kind of like some website spam going on there. Let's go on to the next one. I make a glass pendant that looks like Blackthorn and ship it to you in the future. Yeah, why not? Be interesting to see as well. It's been a while since I got some gifts. You know, every year I get a few gifts from people in the community. It's always good as well. Like most people, everyone likes to get gifts. In the winter, rattlesnakes and bears are hibernating, so it's a little safer. That's not too reassuring. Like, you know, I'm sure polar bears or something else replaced them as well. You know, avalanches or these winter storms as well. You know, imagine like the guys in the frontier in America, you know, like those kind of trapper, you know, the movie like The Reverend and different things as well. Imagine how things were like, you know, you'd have to be a wild man to like, you know, really survive in the States as well with the harsh conditions and all different things as well. It's kind of like, you know, I imagine like a lot of people are going from Ireland looking for you know, a different type of life in the States all those years ago, and then it's just really harsh type of you know, there's animals and different things they wouldn't be accustomed to. Not blowing my own horn, but I saw a guy building a fence as I was driving by, and I rolled down the window and told him it looked really good, and he was genuinely thrilled. More compliments are good. Exactly, Ron. Exactly. Like, you know, if you compliment people with a good job, like if they're having a bad day and someone says something nice to you, it's simple. It doesn't cost you anything to do. It's not difficult to be nice to people. Like, you know, if it's more of that's needed. Like, you know, you always get these kind of guys just having bad days and different things as well. I try to be nice to everyone, and I try to be respectful, and I'm nice to everyone unless they're not respectful. So as long as you've been respectful to me, I will always be respectful to you as well. 1 second now. Let's see. I love the sticks I received. I write a bit on the side. Oh, very good. And the mood in a room with Blackthorn Noir is quite inspiring. I have led to more than one curious development in my work. What type of things do you write? Do you write like fiction, science fiction? Do you like research different things as well? Do you have anything published? Mike, could be interesting as well. Let's see. You need that page. Your sticks in the wild can be shown off as well. Yeah, maybe I can do something like that. I was thinking for a laugh, just for fun. I was going to set up an OnlyFans, you know, with, you know, exclusive pictures of bear sticks and things like that, just for a marketing kind of thing as well. I thought it would be fun to do and different things, you know, because you know, obviously that platform is used for a wide variety of mad stuff. But again, you know, it would be there's so many things I can do if I had the time. Let's see, off to the insane asylum, aka work, oh joy. If I ever looked out hitting the lottery, I'd move to the woods with lots of trees and a huge lake, lots of sticks for cutting, for walking stick. If you ever make a lot of money, Joe, like fly over here and see me. Let's go to Dubai. Let's have a good time. Let's buy some Bugattis. We can race each other. But yeah, if any of you guys ever like become billionaires as well, you know, I'm yours. Whatever you want to do. Let's see. Also to fish in the lake. Yeah, I like fishing. I haven't gone fishing in a long time now. Let's see. John says, done a one-piece Blackthorn thumbstick this week. Looks really well. Not easily found or a good one anyway. Yeah, the Blackthorn, I'd see them now and again because like they're three and they just kind of split as well. But like they're kind of not really too popular for like in the UK. A lot of people do seem to like the kind of like fork sticks, you know, and different things as well, and thumbsticks. But I know whenever I made them as well, there was like they'd always stay online for a few months before they sold. Mr. Billionaire, hello, the billionaire. I always when I see your name, I think billionaire. You mentioned there are many places where cudgels aren't sent. Can you name a few? Just remind me of what I was saying there. So you mentioned a few places where cudgels aren't sent. You can send pretty much cudgels like anywhere. You can. It's only if you like lead load them and different things. Like you know, you can post them. You know, and mark them as shillelaghs is fine. Bye guys, bye Francis. Take care. Stay safe and make walking sticks. Okay, sounds pretty good. Francis, you need some Cornell cherry stick. It's called Ziegenhainer. or something as well. Yeah, like if it's a cherry type of wood, it's quite nice. Cherry is a nice like wood and it's strong as well. It's a bit prone to cracking when I've seasoned it before. I had a cherry tree in my back garden like years ago, and I remember I was looking at it like for years ago because it was quite nice. I wanted to kind of see what it was like. Uh, Tyler said the wife called. Hope I didn't miss much. Ah, sure. It's probably something important as well. Let's see. Well, if you're going to do an OnlyFans, you might as well add some Irish ladies to help you out as well. I don't know, man. Like they might be a little bit out of shape in here as well. But I had some ideas. I was going to post like these just like shillelagh pictures and then have the bark taken off them or something like and then just kind of see like you want to see bare blackthorn and stuff. I think it'd be pretty funny. But like my sense of humor is different from other people's as well. I have loads of mad ideas to market blackthorn. Like if you ever had sat down with me, some of the ideas I have are pretty out there. It's all about just getting attention on yourself. Look, we live in an attention type of I don't even like the atmosphere in the world at the moment. Just if you get attention on you, you're going to do well in business. Let's see, fiction mostly. Much of my previous work is in education and text and newspaper, op-ed. But working on a book for a couple of years, but authentic mood and sense of place is hard. Blackthorn helps. Mike, make some Blackthorn stories. Make some books where the main character, Blackthorn comes into it. Then if you get like a bit of a cult following going, write some movie scripts and send them out about Blackthorn. I have loads of ideas for Blackthorn zombie movie. There's a winner. And get some very attractive actors and actresses in there as well. There's a winning combination. So if you ever want to feature me in a book, I'd be more than happy as well. I see Joe Douglas, greetings and salutations. Hey Joe, how is all in Germany? Hope is all as well as you. John says OnlyFans listing large knob would sell. It would, but actually, what do you guys think I should do? Do you think I should embrace my my sense of humor, which can be a little bit silly at times as well? Sometimes I think it's just kind of fun to have a bit of like a bit of humor around things as well. But like they're selling pretty well at the moment. I don't know. Do I have to like do too much? Greetings, Joe. Our two German stick makers. Let's see. Jacob Lardson said, "Is it possible to have a metal ferrule fitted to a walking stick than a rubber one?" Yeah, it's possible. I usually don't do it on my walking sticks because sometimes they come loose a lot, and a lot of people that keep coming back to you and coming back to you. Because I'm in Ireland and the ship shipped to America, like for little things like that, it's hard for them to kind of ship it back and different things as well. And like, so what I found is less problematic is to use rubber ferrules. And most people would just put the rubber ferrule over the metal one anyway. So, it makes the metal ferrule redundant. Metal ferrules are not good on modern pavements. Sometimes people say it's kind of noisy as well. I just find it, no matter what you do to them, they do come loose as well. Like, wintertime and summertime, the wood will expand and contract a little thing. And if they get kind of loose and shaky, like guys who buy sticks, they don't really know how to kind of like, tighten them up and different things again. So usually like I don't use rubber ferrules. Can I? Yeah. Is it possible? Of course it is possible. Have I done it before? Yeah. But it's more for like ease of managing customer service and different things as well. I just stick to the rubber. I find they're quick and easy to replace. They're readily available, and they're good on modern pavements as well. Let's see, Tyler. I got friends asking me to get into stick making. Just another hobby to add to the list. Mead maker, glass blower, martial artists, bards. Wow, you're more talented than me. I don't have talent. I learned some Irish dancing in school. That was it. What were my main talents? Public speaking. In school, I did debating. I loved arguing with people. I love taking, I like challenging the teachers. Maybe it was an authority thing or something like that. Like most people, I didn't like the teachers' kind of philosophy and how they think. And if they wanted to have a debate, I'd love it. So I was involved in debating and different things as well. I think I have a skill for stick making. I think I know how to I have sales skills and aptitude as well. And yeah, it's like, in life, you're a guy, Tyler, that just takes action. If you want to be a glass blower, you've done it. If you want to be martial artist, you've done it. If you want to be into stick making, like, rather than one of these guys that just kind of constantly just thinks about things, you do things, and then you progress as a person. So if you're a young guy thinking about doing things, just do it. And the Nike thing expression works. Um, like there's a lot of you guys in this community that are very successful, that have done a lot and are accomplished as well. And some of the younger guys watching should pay attention. Stop wasting your time on on Discord and in Telegram and these groups, and try to be more useful as well. Like if you're music, sure, why not get into drums, or buy a drum kit, or you work in your summer holidays and you save up your money as a teenager, like buy a nice drum kit or something like that, and these are invested in something along those lines. Okay, let's see now. John Elliott, give us a wee jig there now, and never lose. You'll have to subscribe to my OnlyFans, John, and I will do all the jigs you want. I'm yours. I could have so much fun with that. But then I'd be just doing that for fun. I would just find it funny to do. It probably would be just like a waste of time, and distract me from stick making. I don't want to get distracted. I need to kind of focus now on making sticks, getting them out, get my shipping out. I have to sticks come in. I got to keep on top of the shipping. November is a crazy month for shipping and for orders. It's very hard to get out actually stick cutting in November. When you're a top G stick maker like me, top G guy who's top of the game at the moment anyway. For a while more anyway, until I get injured cutting. So that's the thing. I don't want to go cutting too soon as well, because I know I have the patience. A lot of guys go out cutting October, November. Sometimes I might leave December, might do it over the Christmas start, and then just really work hard and try to find areas where I can really get a lot of sticks out of as well. So that's about it. So I have some very nice kind of cudgels and shillelaghs. I put 5 up on the website. I have about another, probably, let me look around here, about another 12 to 15 that I hope to get up over the weekend. I have a load of nice walking sticks I need to get up. It's just trying to get the time, because sometimes if I get 20 orders in one evening, and then it takes me 15 minutes to do an order, that's your whole day just packing and printing up the shipping labels. Then I don't get a chance to upload the products. So hopefully tomorrow I can get out of bed and try to get things going, and try to make as much as possible. And that's kind of my life at the moment. It's just trying to focus on trying to deal with customer and queries, because if I'm selling 20 sticks a day, then I'm getting at least 5 to 10 questions from a lot of people as well. I do stay up late answering a lot of questions, and mostly it's the same type of questions over and over again. People are just about size and height and what's suitable for them as well. Sometimes when you message me and chat now, sometimes if you ask me a question, like a yes or no question, I'll just answer yes or no. And sometimes people will be like, but can you elaborate, or can you different things? So sometimes I'm quite literal like that. If you ask me a yes or no question, do you ship to Texas? Yes. Is the stick suitable for me? Do you think? Yes. Sometimes I just kind of answer. It's just kind of how I work as well. But if you do have something specific, or you want to me to elaborate or something, just kind of phrase it a bit. And it's usually because I'm just busy and I just hear a beep on my phone, and I just try to answer the question as quick as possible, and then try to move from task to task. But I do look forward to the this Christmas run. I know it's hectic. It's good. It's busy. It's fast, and then it kind of what's good about it is that winter in Ireland is pretty crap. It's the worst time of year, and if you're busy and if you have things to do, it just goes a lot quicker as well. So I'm quite happy to kind of do that. I don't want to make a lot of hiking sticks at the moment, because hiking sticks, they're a pain in the butt to ship. I think I don't have many on the site. Oh yes, swagger sticks. You guys seem to be interested in the swagger sticks again, so I have to make a few of them. Do you have any more questions, guys? I'll be here for about another 10 minutes as well. any respectable questions as well. And for you guys who are watching this stream as well, and in Kilorglen, no messing. I know who you are. I know who you are, and I am aware of it. I have my sources. Let's see now. You put up a real couple of badass cudgels tonight. I was going to compliment you on them, but had to grab the truly badass first one. Hong Kong will be a welcome home for it. Oh, did you get that one? Oh, yeah. I know the one with the nice picture. One of the 5 took a really good picture, and well done, Mike. That's you're a great supporter of my work, great supporter of Irish crafts as well, and thank you so much. It means a lot to me that a humble stick maker here is my sticks are going to Hong Kong and to places as well. I've had a load from Singapore recently. I don't know what's going on in Singapore. There's a bit of I don't know, maybe one guy bought it, he showed it to his friends, and then his friends kind of liked that as well. I've sold to a lot of different countries. I'm trying to think any obscure that I've sold to as well. Japan and Mount Fuji, I suppose, which was pretty cool. Brazil, I got guys in Brazil that wanted to. But sometimes, like the Brazil customs will hold it up for a while. I sent to Turkey recently, and then the Turkish customs held it up. I think the guy had to contact them to get it released. I can't send to Russia or can't send to Ukraine for obvious reasons as well. I know I've sent a good few to Thailand. Well, I have connections and stuff there. Malaysia, Singapore, Australia, New Zealand. Sent to India as well a few times. Different things as well. Let's see now. Okay, we have a question here. Hurley McMaster says, I have one of my dad bought for me from India. I was 12. At 64, I use it. It came with a copper tick. I put a neoprene one over it as well. Yeah, like they're stick making in different countries. Actually, on Instagram, I saw this guy is in Oman or one of, I think it was Oman or Saudi Arabia. I can't remember. And like he seems to be a small guy like me just by seeing his hands. But he makes like these really nice ones. Like I remember I made like ones a few years ago, and then a few guys in these community were like, oh, this and that, and we're whinging about it. So I stopped to do them. It was like where you take a bear with a bit of wood, you get like a blowtorch, and you need to find a wood with like a wider wood grain or a very interesting wood grain, and you get the blowtorch and you heat it up and you burn it a little bit, then you sand it, and like the black stays all in the wood grain. And if you kind of like use a finish that brings out the wood a kind of yellowy type of color, more like you can get these kind of finishes that you put on and just kind of like yellow kind of a thing. But with the yellow, with the black blended together, they make really, really nice sticks. That's a guy out of there. In India, I haven't really seen too much of the walk-ins. Like every country has a few stick makers and different things as well. Most of the sticks are just kind of like factory made from China, like from a lot of these places, and they just kind of import them in. Maybe like the thing is like for stick making to kind of have a life and to have legs, people have to be able to make money from it to, encourage more people to do it as well and to have a living. Like, how many people, like I'm McCaffreyCrafts Limited. I'm a limited company, and I have a living out of this. I should be able to put my 3 kids through college just by stick making, just about, depending on how successful they want to be. So hopefully like I'm kind of showing you guys there that it can be done. You can support a family of 3 anyway on stick making on a one person. You just have to be very disciplined, and you have to have enough wood. You have to learn about marketing. You have to learn a lot outside of it. It's not just making the stick. You have to know what people want. You have to be very authentic to yourself. And I think I've said this before many times, like you do something which you like. Make the sticks that you kind of want and you kind of passionate about, and kind of have your own kind of way of doing it. And you'll find that it's pretty good then, and it's not too bad. Right, guys, we've got 5 more minutes. I'm still available for 5 more minutes. And if you have any more questions or you want to ask anything, I don't mind. Just kind of just go for it with respect, of course. Don't ask me anything too wild or too controversial. No more lead loading questions or something like that, because that'll just set me off as well. But you guys know the kind of things that I like and don't like in stick making and different things as well. But sometimes people just say it intentionally just to kind of get a bit of banter going. So why not? But this week I'm finishing the week with a bit of energy. You guys can kind of probably notice it. Some live streams, I'm like pretty tired and different things, but I know things are going well. I wish there was more hours in the day. That's kind of my main complaint at the moment. I need to get more sticks online. I have sticks nearly finished as well. It just takes time to get the pictures, upload them. Sometimes the internet can be slow, especially in the rainy weather. We had some little bit of flooding in Ireland. The weather's been pretty miserable the last few days, and it'll probably be miserable now for the next few months as we hit into November. But still into October, the weather is like pretty good. Halloween will be coming up. I should actually do some Halloweens. Mary said, "I always enjoy your live streams. Tell Aaron and your dad hello from Wyoming." Well, my dad's more than likely watching this live stream. He's always in the always in the shadows watching this. I know he's home, and he of course he watches these live streams. I don't think he's ever missed one. So Mary, he's seen your comment. I'm sure he like either look there he is. There he is, Mary. Granddad is always, we call him just Granddad now for the kids and stuff. Dad is always watching, and he's in great health at the moment. He's an example of like what older guys should be like. He's staying active. He's learning new things. He's online. He's really sharp at the moment, and he's into his 70s now, and he's still fit and healthy, and he's coming down to shop now every day to me as well. He has a nice routine. He comes in here at about I think 10:30. He takes a break for an hour, and he's helping me with all the orders and different things as well. He's helped me with some of the packing as well. Him and Mom have helped me when I fall behind in the packing, and it's great to have a close family as well. I was even talking to my dad today about like creating this type of family business, because like I was researching like what was successful in Asia and different things, and someone was mentioning about India before, and a lot of Indian families like they come together and they do these great family businesses, and the structure, like they have one person at the head of the family and they all pool everything together, to create these great family enterprises. And I think like hopefully maybe I can do that something with that. But yeah, my dad is a great example of what to do when you hit in your 70s. Stay active. You're still very useful in your 70s. Like, maybe there's under pressure to retire. Like, men need to do stuff. You can never retire. You always have to be active. Like, the worst thing for a man in his 70s to do is just sit at home watching TV, watching football, watching different things. Still be active, be part of the community. My dad loves I told you before, the vintage fairs and the craft fairs. That's my favorite place where you'll see my dad like telling some stories, and he's definitely an attention seeker. You should have him on more. I should indeed, but you have to go to the OnlyFans page to get access to my dad. Maybe we'll do that. Mary says, "Hi Frank, you should be on the stream soon." Yeah, we got to do one. Maybe next Friday. It just kind of depends. Like I think my dad wants to be on more streams and happy, and then sometimes I just kind of like forget or different things as well. And I kind of don't want to be like a nuisance asking him to come on and different things, and then we will probably never we'll run out of stuff. But yeah, we should get him more on the live stream. If you guys want him on the live stream, just keep asking and different things, and then when enough of you guys, because like a lot of new guys have, like my Facebook page is up to nearly 4,000 or 5,000 people now. I have nearly 6,000 people on my YouTube channel. My Instagram's growing, my TikTok is growing as well. Pinterest is doing pretty well. So yeah, like as the community grows, there might be a lot of people who are watching the stream for the first time, and they haven't seen my dad or know about him or me as well. I see a question there. So Neil says, if a stick starts to crack while seasoning, is it better to cut it out or leave it until it's finished seasoning? It really depends. Like sometimes you can try to cut it out. Sometimes you have to leave it till it's finished seasoning. It depends where the crack is starting as well. That's why you cut it really long on both sides, so that if there is going to be a bit of cracking, it just shouldn't hit the integrity of the stick. Sometimes on occasions the crack will only go so far and it won't go anymore once it hits the kind of like the center point. and sometimes you can work it into design. Sometimes there's a few things you can do. It just depends on the type of crack. So there's no kind of like easy answer. There's a lot of kind of variables there to answer that. So if it's just like beginning and stuff like that, like you can try to cut it out, but it's still just going to crack more and crack more and crack more. Sometimes just kind of leave it. Just try to seal it after you cut the wood. Check the wood. Like wood is going to crack. You know, you can't get it all right as well. Let's see. Thanks for sharing your enthusiasm. Great to hear positive things. Exactly, William. Exactly, or Bob, isn't it? Or what's a Bill, isn't it? Sorry, I think sometimes you go by Bill. Um, but yeah, it's very important to be positive as well. And for me, I'm a bit of a joker. Bit I like to have a bit of fun with people. You know, in a kind of like fun or comical way or something like that. You know, if I have something about you, I'll just kind of like mention it and just kind of more in a teasing, playful type of way. Uh, my dad has announced I will join my son in a few weeks' time. Oh, a few weeks' time. That's no good. You'll all have to start commenting on my videos, just calling out you know, hashtag dad or something like that. We'll have to get dad back as well. Outstanding Sir Frank as well. Carol says, great to see you on the BBC. Yes, they used my picture. They put my face in the BBC article. And it's kind of weird. I got like a bunch of, I got a lot of orders from that. But even though I was only barely featured in it, and the story was like all around, like Humana Ledi, and then about, you know, the stick making community, or the stick fightings and different things as well. So it's good anyway that I'm getting some kind of recognition, you know, because I've been doing this for a long time, and you know, it's given that they removed my quotes and everything from the article, the editor, just for balance, they said. Let's see, Carl, delighted for you, good lad, very good. I'm delighted too. I like being busy. Money's coming in. I'm being very careful, and I'm trying to save at the moment. Um, I think that like you know, it's just like I have a huge tax bill as well. You know, when you have a company and you're successful, you have those type of things you have to worry about, and you know, you have to clear all of those things each year. So I have to usually work pretty hard. But you know, these are problems I like to have. You know, and no one likes doing the tax time of year. Let's see. Adding to Nell's question, a stick does start to crack lengthwise. Can you just bind it? No, with a rope? No, or wire while seasoning. It can't keep cracking. Yeah, you can't do nothing. Like once it starts, and it's going to go. Like you can try to put some wood glue in there and like put it right down with like a thin file and try to like hold it into place. But like, you know, it's really seasoning and seasoning. It's like if it's done quickly or it comes into a heat source, like usually heat is not the friend of seasoning wood, and then that kind of causes the crack. So sometimes if you have a really hot, warm summer and your sticks are not in a kind of cool place with lots of air and they're getting that bit of heat, you'll find a lot of them will crack and stuff as well. So that's let's see. Clark Sargent said, Francis, do you sell your sticks wholesale? I don't. It's direct. So when you buy a walking stick, you're dealing directly with the maker. So how I usually sell is that direct to consumers. So you're speaking directly to me, and I sell directly to people as well. And I like to have this community. I like to sell direct as well. So like I don't wholesale to other people to do it. And of course, from a business perspective, it makes more sense as well, profit margin wise. If you're wholesaling your sticks as well, you're operating on lower margins, so you must sell in volume. While I don't sell in volume, I sell more like an artisan select product made by a crafts person. So, you know, I make 20 sticks a week, something like that on average. So I'm not making thousands and thousands of factory made sticks, shipping them off all over the world for wholesale. I think that will kind of devalue McCaffreyCrafts as a brand. I think that people like to buy my sticks because they can deal directly with me. They can talk to me. They can see me on this live stream. They can learn about me, my family. You guys, you know me now. You've seen my son. You see me interact with my dad. I think my mom has walked on camera a few times by accident as well. You know, I think that's kind of like you know, the value as well when you're dealing direct with people. So I don't really do that. So do you do other shops in Ireland, or do you exclusively sell your own sticks? I exclusively sell my own sticks. You're dealing directly with me. I feel like, Clark, that's like it's kind of a better model for like a crafts person. If you're doing it in wholesale, like, you know, you have a huge demand, but like people, you know, they love being able to speak to the craftsperson, meeting them. It's kind of that human touch. It's like, you know, if you go to the bank nowadays, it's all these automatic machines. You can't talk to anyone. You can do different things, and it doesn't have to be like that. We can still have these type of you know, interactions where you get to speak to people. And like the thing is, like, technology is a double-edged sword, but it can be good. Like now I'm sitting here in my basement here in Killorglin, Lower Bridge Street in Killorglin, uh, and I'm communicating with you guys all over the world, whether you're having a break from lunch, whether you're sitting in the snow or sitting in the sun or something like that. So it's pretty good as well. And I love having that kind of connection with the community. Let me read through a few of these, and then I have to go. Let's see. Use wood filler like quick fill to fill the crack. Yeah, and little fills, but sometimes like you have to, like, there's different things you got to do with the wood filler as well. With the crack, like if there's little cracks and little things, like, you know, the wood filler is fine once you're completely confident the cracks are gone their course as well, and it's dry and then paint the sticks over. Yeah, you can work, like if the cracks aren't really detrimental and there's a little bit at the top or bottom of one that kind of just went down, and like you can work them into design quite nicely too. I know what I want for Christmas. Very good. Hashtag dad. We can start. You know, calling dad. A few weeks time is too less. Um, Francis, what is your favorite Irish pub food? uh, let's see. I don't know. Like when let's see. Pub food would be, I don't know, like just to kind of I suppose the beef with potatoes, with vegetables with gravy on it as well. You know, like a carvery dinner. Like usually that's the kind of thing they sell. And nice. I like the beef to be nice and soft as well, and something like that. So I suppose something like that be pretty nice. But I don't eat too much pub food. I think I bring the kids every now and again to Zest restaurant in Clorglen. You know, because the guys at Bunkers don't like me, and for anyway. Let's see. Have a great night, Sir Francis. Michael, I gotta go. Do Irish pubs have hamburgers? Some do actually. And most of the pubs they just have like toasted cheese sandwiches, and then they have like you know, like three things on the menu, like pork chop and vegetables, or beef and vegetables, or fish and chips, or something like that, and then the coffee and different things. So it's usually quite simple as well. The best Chinese food I've ever had was in Scotland. Does Ireland have good Chinese food too? There's two Chinese restaurants here in Killorglin. One's by Jimmy. He has a restaurant, is it Harmony or something like that. I don't know. I only ever eat the duck in Chinese restaurants. I wouldn't be a fan too much of Chinese food. I just didn't really like. I like Thai food. I like Japanese food. Mongolian's okay. You know, Malaysian food is okay. Indian food, I like some of it, not the real kind of spicy ones. Yeah, and there are like Korean food is pretty good. I like Korean food as well. But anyway, look, all this talk of food. It's 7 o'clock. I gotta go home and eat something. You know, you can't be this type of stick maker, or you need fuel as well. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for you guys to be respectful. Thank you guys in Clorglen for not acting like trolling, which is pretty good. And thank you all as well for watching my videos. All right. Okay. Good luck. Bye bye.